How do you prepare for a life spent in a steel tube, hundreds of feet underwater, for months at a time? The answer lies in one of the military's most intense training programs, the U.S. Naval Submarine School. Here, both officers and enlisted personnel build the foundational skills needed to operate and maintain these complex vessels safely. The school itself was founded over a century ago, in 1917, in Groton, Connecticut, a location known as the primary home of the American submarine fleet. During critical drills, trainees wear specialized submarine escape immersion gear, designed to provide buoyancy and thermal protection during an emergency ascent. In classrooms and advanced simulators, students immerse themselves in submarine safety, emergency escape protocols, shipboard organization, and damage control. This knowledge is their lifeline for the world below. Those chosen for the nuclear propulsion program advance to an even more demanding course, learning to manage the powerful reactors that drive the nuclear fleet. One of the school's most distinctive facilities is a towering, pressurized escape trainer, a water-filled column over 36 feet deep. Here, students practice evacuating a simulated disabled submarine under highly realistic pressure conditions. Beyond escaping a crippled vessel, submariners are also drilled in combating one of the sea's most lethal dangers, fire. They confront realistic scenarios with electrical, fuel, and standard combustibles inside compartments deliberately filled with smoke, testing their judgment and cohesion under extreme duress. Every sailor trains with self-contained breathing apparatus to function in toxic or oxygen-depleted environments. Another vital course is the damage control wet trainer, which simulates catastrophic flooding and structural breaches. There, students learn to find and seal leaks using an array of emergency tools like wooden plugs, metal braces, and patches. These abilities are absolutely critical for survival in a submerged craft. Graduates of the submarine school enter the U.S. Navy submarine force, carrying the training and self-assurance to sustain operations in one of Earth's most demanding domains. Existence on a nuclear submarine ranks among the planet's most arduous professions. These modern, nuclear-powered vessels are marvels of engineering, able to remain concealed below the surface for weeks or even months, executing missions in total secrecy while the world above remains oblivious. But mission length is never set in stone. It depends on an intricate mix of operational needs, ocean states, planned upkeep, and the frequency of resupply. When the boat does make a port call, the short interval of fresh air and open skies offers a precious respite from the cramped reality of underwater living. Once the ship gets underway again, the crew swiftly prepares for descent, entering a phase of total seclusion. In these times, the connections between submariners grow stronger as shared struggle and a unified mission create a distinctive family feeling among the approximately 135 sailors aboard. A floating city in a steel tube. Every square foot is meticulously planned, yet space is still found for treadmills, stationary bikes, and weight machines, allowing sailors to preserve their physical condition during long submersions. Even with constrained resources, American submarines feature what might be the world's most exclusive eateries, open only to those serving in the deep. These galleys offer more than just sustenance. They provide a vital link to normality, a touchstone to life on land that is otherwise missing during deployment. Eating together, even in such a confined setting, remains a powerful boost for morale. We serve roughly 130 meals each day, a cook might say. Today is Burger Day, which is a big event. We also have fresh chocolate chip cookies. The crew's already been sampling them, which is how you know they're good. Submarines have the finest food in the Navy, no debate. Within this compact area, they produce everything from robust Italian classics to bright Mediterranean dishes, guaranteeing the crew enjoys diversity despite the repetitiveness of submarine life. Living areas, while unquestionably tight, are built with integrated critical systems like fire suppression to protect everyone in a crisis. Each bunk has only a small storage area for personal items, requiring sailors to embrace a minimalist existence for months on end. It's typically 6 sailors per small berthing area, but that can expand to 18, or even more in a larger space, a crew member might explain, detailing the hot racking system where bunks are shared across shifts. You learn to be very tidy with your gear. For a larger individual, an upper bunk might be preferable. You can slide up, get a bit more room, set up your fan and your locker. When it's time to sleep, you just slide down, shut the curtain, and that's it. Despite the cramped conditions, the berthing area becomes a sanctuary for rest and routine, offering a sliver of personal territory in a high-stress setting. Submarines even include a compact barbershop to help crew members uphold hygiene and grooming standards throughout long voyages. Maintaining rigorous cleanliness is essential on a boat where up to 150 individuals coexist in tight proximity for extended periods. In the Fire Control Center, experts diligently monitor potential threats and coordinate offensive systems with computer-assisted accuracy. Modern U.S. submarines can deploy unmanned underwater vehicles, broadening their surveillance, reconnaissance, and mine warfare capacities while minimizing risk to the crew. The torpedo room, a signature space on any attack sub, is reserved for storing and launching torpedoes and other munitions, making it one of the most secure areas on board. We have 4 torpedo tubes on this side, a specialist might state. These here are called dollies. They weigh about 80 pounds. We call the smaller ones teddy bears. They can attach to the dollies to help us move a weapon into a stowed position. We're not carrying any live torpedoes right now. This rail is for our handling equipment. We use it to move torpedoes along the loading tray. These are our emergency battle lanterns. If we lose primary power, we use these for light so we can still see to operate. Torpedo exercises rigorously test both the boat and its sailors. One live fire method involves deploying actual torpedoes to sink a decommissioned ship, replicating genuine combat situations. At the center of the submarine's function is the machinery room, where the propulsion systems and nuclear reactors silently propel the ship across the sea. Even in this high-tension atmosphere, sailors find moments for leisure. Downtime takes many shapes. Reading books, playing strategic games like chess, or losing themselves in video games that offer a temporary break from the routine. Inside the sail, retractable masts ascend when required. Periscopes for visual observation, communication arrays, radar systems, and weapon sensors that extend the boat's awareness above the waterline. Each of these instruments has a vital function, from searching for hostile ships and aircraft to discreetly collecting intelligence. "This is the brain of the submarine, the control room," an officer would say. "This is where we pilot the vessel. It's akin to flying a plane, but instead of using air over wings, we use water over our bow and stern planes. To dive, we flood our main ballast tanks. We need to stay heavy to remain submerged. The signal to submerge is 2 blasts from the diving alarm." Man overboard drills on a submarine are a vital safety procedure. They prepare the team to respond in moments if someone falls into the sea during surfacing or deck operations. The exercise evaluates communication, lookout alertness, and recovery methods, ensuring no one is left behind in the merciless ocean. The air you breathe on a submarine isn't simply drawn from outside. It is meticulously produced, using sophisticated oxygen generators combined with carbon dioxide scrubbers, guaranteeing the crew has safe air even when submerged for months. Water is also created inside the vessel via reverse osmosis units that change seawater into pure, potable fresh water, enabling the submarine to be entirely self-sufficient far below the surface. In this sealed metal environment, there is a total and absolute prohibition against fire, as even a tiny spark could be devastating in such a confined space. Unlike a surface ship, there are no portholes here. The exterior world is seen only through the periscope when near the surface, and through sonar, which constructs an image of the undersea realm in total blackness. Sonar does more than just help the crew navigate underwater. It also acts as their early detection network, identifying other vessels long before they are visible. This unique lifestyle compels submariners to form profound, reliable bonds as they must coexist and collaborate in extreme closeness for months on end. In fact, the longest recorded continuous submerged patrol for a submarine of this class lasted beyond 140 days. It is a powerful demonstration of just how sustainable this way of life can be. The crew's daily existence operates on an unforgiving timetable, divided into 6-hour watches that keep the submarine functioning 24/7 without interruption. Officers utilize the periscope to observe the surface while the boat stays concealed below, but the lack of natural daylight frequently causes sailors to suffer from disturbed sleep cycles and persistent tiredness. At the peak of the hierarchy is the commanding officer, referred to as the CO, who wields ultimate authority and bears complete responsibility for every facet of the ship, from mission success to the welfare of every single sailor. My role as commanding officer means I am ultimately accountable for anything that happens on this ship, the CO would explain. I am also responsible for all the sailors aboard. That's a significant weight, but it's a thrilling challenge every single day. Within those duties, I am charged with training the crew, leveraging my years of experience, about 16 now in the submarine force, across our variety of missions, and also safeguarding their health, morale, and overall well-being. Even the food served reflects the demands of life beneath the waves. High-calorie meals are necessary to meet the energetic requirements of their duties. But unlike many surface assignments, alcohol is strictly forbidden, as even slight impairment could risk lives in a high-stakes, enclosed setting where precision and concentration are mandatory. Discipline, watchfulness, and fortitude define submarine life, where every move has consequences and every choice is significant. When operating in the Arctic, submarines function in a frozen, concealed realm that almost no one ever sees. They can stay submerged for months, breaking through dense ice only when the operation requires it. During the ICX exercise, submarines voyage under the Arctic ice cap, pushing the limits of endurance, stealth, and crew proficiency. Once a submarine forces its way up through the Arctic ice, crews promptly start verifying all boat systems to ensure reliable performance in one of the globe's most severe settings. Today, the U.S. Navy operates a fleet of about 70 nuclear-powered submarines, including fast attack boats, ballistic missile submarines, and guided missile platforms, highlighting its unparalleled undersea power and strategic capability. If you find this look into this hidden world fascinating, show your support. Give this video a like and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more content that pulls back the curtain.